gym bag in the locker room and walked into the main workout area. Sparring definitely topped the agenda for this morning. Evan decided he might as well take his aggression out on the almost human plastic dummies and leather punching bags, since the individuals he really wanted to take his aggression out on were well beyond his reach. He grabbed a pair of gloves meant to save his knuckles from the worst of the damage, and was reaching for the doorknob of the sparring room when he heard noises from someone already in there. Who the hell would be up and going at this hour? Evan let the door shut and walked around the corner so he could see through the small window of the room. Juliet Branson. Evidently, he hadn't been the only one with nightmares this morning. Evan couldn't help but watch, enthralled, as she danced among the targets with grace and precision. The black tank and tight workout pants she wore gave her the freedom to move as she wanted, stopping sometimes midair and pivoting in a different direction. Her 5'4" frame was average in height. At 6'1", Evan was a full head taller than her. But the way she fought belied her smaller stature, the litheness of her muscles evident. Her long blonde hair was pulled tightly back in a ponytail, so as not to impede her actions. The power behind her kicks and punches was impressive. Had these dummies been live people, each would have fallen to the ground, gasping for air. She showed them, and herself, no mercy. Rapid-fire strikes, over and over, at a punishing speed and rhythm. Sweat dripped and flew with each of her assaults. You'd never be able to tell she'd been out of the field for the past 18 months. Evan watched from the shadows of the hallway, where she wouldn't be able to see him. As a trained operative, he recognized and appreciated Juliet's talent in close-quarter fighting like this, although, admittedly, fighting dummy targets was completely different than fighting a real opponent. She attacked the dummies as if she were warding off a demon army from hell. Evan's arms hung at his sides and his shoulders slumped. Fighting demons was probably an apt description for her actions. He wished he could fight them for her, or at least with her, but Juliet had no interest in being anywhere near him. Not that he could blame her. A partner was supposed to have your back, to protect you, even in dire circumstances. Evan had failed her in the worst possible way, and Juliet had paid a horrible price for his failure. He turned and walked the other way, leaving her to her battle. Entering the room would just cause her to tense up and rapidly vacate anyway. But not before fear and distrust suffused her features when the door first opened. It wasn't just him she distrusted, Evan knew, but he hated the look anyway. Plus, he'd be seeing it soon enough, later today in the conference room, when he mentioned Bob Sinclair. Evan headed up the stairs to the indoor track. It seemed as if he would be trying to outrun his own demons today, rather than fighting them. But no matter how fast he ran, he knew they'd still be there when he finished. Juliet swung her leg around in a powerful roundhouse kick, hitting the target one last time. She took satisfaction in how hard the dummy fell to the ground before its weighted bottom slowly brought it back to a vertical position. Yeah, she could take down a target dummy like a champ. Too bad that didn't really do anybody much good. In a fight with a real person these days, she was damn near useless. Of course, Juliet wasn't an active agent anymore, so it wasn't as if she was going to use her hand-to-hand fighting skills anytime soon. But it would be nice to know she'd have them if she needed them, rather than freezing up or cowering in a corner if a real person came at her. Juliet backhanded the dummy again, for good measure. She grabbed a towel and mopped up her sweat from the past hour of pounding everything in sight. It was now just before 5 a.m., and there'd be other people around soon, if not already. Dedicated Omega workers, agents and otherwise, would come in to get a good workout before going upstairs to their jobs. Juliet would like to think that was what she was doing too, that she was here at Omega HQ sometimes 18 or 20 hours a day because of her dedication to an important job and stellar organization. That she worked long hours because she wanted to do her part in keeping her country